Hey, fine people, thanks for checking out my video. Appreciates it. If you likes what you sees, please hit the like and subscribe button. Welcome, journey, entering. Let's go.
So you were doing a bunch of speaking. So I assume it's been compounding over the years, and you've been building. It didn't just start out where you're doing 300 room spaces and whatnot. I'm guessing it sort of started several years ago. When did this journey of speaking, and did it kind of coalesce with the books that you wrote? Did you write a few and then decide, I want to start speaking? Did you start speaking right away?
I started in 2008. I had a blog that went viral, and I started to grow things out of that. And then somebody said, "Hey, would you come speak at our conference?" And I'd never done that. But like a lot of things, you say yes, and then you figure it out. And
That's
so I
right.
figured it out. I did a lot of free events to get the repetitions. Yeah, and like it's interesting to go, okay, well, how did you go from rooms of 5 to rooms of 10,000? Like there were lots of steps along the way. And you never arrive. That's one of those myths of like you get beyond things. I still, I'll speak to 10,000, and there's times I'll speak to 10, and you go,
Hmm.
okay. So you're always going, okay, how do I stay hungry for it? How do I learn it? It's a craft. Public speaking is a craft, just like anything else.
That's right.
And it takes repetitions, and it takes relationships, and it takes a lot of time, but I think it's the best job in the world. Like I can't wait for live events to return. I'm doing a bunch of virtual right now.
I was going to ask about that. So you are doing virtual events?
Yeah, tons of virtual. I've got a studio in town that I go film them out. I have a tech person. So that's been really fun. And they've been anywhere from, 20-person team events to I'm doing one in September for 4,000 managers of this retail chain. And so it's
Right.
different sizes and virtual. But what's helped me is like everything you learn feeds other things that you don't understand at first. So like when I decided I'm going to build a YouTube channel, I didn't understand doing 70 videos in an empty room will help me practice for doing a virtual event where I can't see anybody. Like every public
Right.
speaker feeds off the energy of the crowd, and you should. So all of a sudden you get paused. There's no live events. How do you, like I had a French Canadian client say, "Hey, we want you to say this word in French. And if the joke falls flat, don't worry about it." I said, "If the joke falls flat, I won't know. My assumption is for 45 minutes, I'm killing it because I have
Right.
no other feedback." Like,
Well,
I'm just,
there's the positive side of that, right? That's a good way to look at it.
yeah, so
I'm killing it.
yeah, so I'm just like, I've got to bring the energy. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait for the energy. But that's true of like launching a book, building an Instagram account, anything. You have to have your energy here if you even dare to hope that people would get here. You have to be the one that's out front going, this is helpful. This is gonna encourage you. This is going to equip you. You have to be excited about it. And the problem is like authors, speakers, entrepreneurs get shy about their stuff, and they go, I don't want to be over promotional. I'm worried about that. And I always say to authors, like, if you don't want to sell your book, next time write a diary. Like, put it on your nightstand. Like, but if you want to write a book that's going to go on a shelf someday in a bookstore, you have to believe in it. And if you don't believe in it yet, write a better book. But if you believe in it and you sincerely believe this will help people, to not talk about it isn't humble. To not talk about it is to be afraid. And so, like, if I have something that I think will help you, like I wrote a book Finish that me and a PhD worked with 900 people for 6 months to figure out how do you finish a goal, because 92% fail. So when somebody goes, I got this fluffy motivational book, and I go, no research though, that you just made up a bunch of stuff. That's not helpful. And I can
Right.
say, no. I worked with a PhD with 900 people to say, here's how you go from being a chronic starter to a consistent finisher. You better believe that, like, if I'm on a podcast or on Instagram, I'm like, I got a book. It's called Finish. It's really helpful. It's going to crush. Like, you should try it out. Like, I have a calendar. If this is the calendar I use, this is my favorite calendar. You should check out the calendar. It's a wall. It's huge. I've used it for 10 years. Like, if there's something I believe in, I got to talk about it. Conversely, that's why I don't take a lot of ads. When people want to put ads on my platform, like, if I wouldn't use it, if it's not helpful, like, I'm not going to talk about it. I didn't spend 10 years building a platform to monetize it and sell out for things that I don't really care about. But when I care about it, I'm all in.